Hello people, welcome back to the video. 90 odd subscribers today. I'm very pleased, thank you very much. Right, this is a much faster recap of what I bought at Carboot on Sunday, 2 Carboots actually. Last night I actually made a long and rambling one with a couple of beers, and seeing everything's in the same position, I'm going to make a much faster and succinct to the point version. I've already gone on too long, so I'm going to start cracking on. First car boot I did, I saw this, Fuji Fine Picks, and some other things on his stall. This is pink and a bit scratched up, but I've charged it up and it's working. I didn't know that at the time, but I wasn't too concerned. Had a memory card in, and as most of you will have seen my other videos, if it's got a memory card and a battery and a charger, which is what these older metal bodied, this was a 7 megapixel, if it's got that, I'm going to buy it for, if it goes for a few quid, up to maybe a £5. Anyway, he wanted a £5 for that, but I looked around on his stall and I saw some other things. He wanted £6 for this, which is it's just a single frame slide projector, but it's cast aluminium body. It's a nice version. Didn't have a plug on. I put a plug on and it works fine. That is, I don't know, but 50s or 60s. So he wanted 6 for this. 6 and 5, in my opinion, comes to 8, and that's what we agreed on. £8 for those 2, and he threw this one in. It's rubbish. Plastic body old boots one, where you have to put one slide in at a time and move it about manually. But I haven't even plugged this in to see if it works, quite honestly. I don't think it's worth selling. It might go to a car boot next time I'm doing one. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. One of the reasons I'm doing a recap is I've already sold this, and I've already sold one of the other things. They've both got to get wrapped this morning so that they can go out. So the slide projectors. I also got a rotary dial phone at the first car boot. I know George Ross had bad luck with his, or at least he thinks he did. This one needs a nice clean. I've tested it, it works fine. I've got one thing for George. Some exchanges, modern ones, don't accept pulse dialing, and that's why you could accept calls and you couldn't ring out, but others do, and it's down to the individual to find out whether theirs does. And if it does, your phone will probably work for them. What else was there at first car boot? Actually nothing much else except for this. I've already got this sealed up in a nice cellophane sleeve. Pink Floyd The Wall, it's in really good condition. I would call it like new, but I'm selling it as very good. Probably 8 to 10 quid. Right, I went to Hull, and first thing I saw was this. I pulled up very close to this man's stall, and it was stood up on the stall, the side of the stall. He was clearing sky, and he was obviously clearing a house. He had a trailer in his, and a long car, a estate car and a trailer, not a van, which maybe it was only an amateur clearing sky. Anyway, this is an Olivetti typewriter, and it's got a nice zip case, and it's in really good condition. It's a Lettera 32. I've already tried it out. You can see they've been typing on it. It also came with, I'll show you, all the bump from when he bought it, or from when whoever's house he was clearing has bought it, a cover for it. This is all sort of sticky and degraded on the inside. It's never really been used, but the plastic's going. I'll give it a wipe with alcohol, see if it turns sticky again. If it doesn't, then I'll include it. Bump paperwork from Olivetti, instruction manuals, instruction cards to typewriters, to people typewriting. On the same stall, after Asked him how much that was, and he said a £5. I'm like, really? Okay, no, I didn't say that. I thought that. And I said, okay, I'll have that. I got these two pieces of Pyrex. They're JAJ, I don't know, 60s, is it? And these are called, I think they're called pixie dishes, as far as I can tell from the Google Lens and eBay searches that I've done. And this pattern isn't called Black Snowflake, which is what I was referring it to. It's called Gaiety. Looked it up, as I said. They cost £1 between them, and they're going up for, I think I've already got them on for £9.95 for the two, plus delivery. Most of my stuff, anything where it's hard goods, is delivery on top. Video games, DVDs, mostly they're free post, because in those categories there's a £3.50 limit on postage anyway, and people expect to have it built into the price, so that's what I do. So I bought 3 cameras at Hull, so that was on top of the other camera. I got a Coolpix 200, S200, which very much like the old Fujifilm is there, metal bodied. It's got a battery, a Nikon branded battery, and a charger. So I'm going to pick this up no matter what, because even if the camera doesn't work, the battery and charger between them are worth maybe 15. So with it in the box with it working, and I have tested it, it does work, it's probably 20 to 25. And then I got a Nikon Coolpix L27. This is a more modern version. This is 16 megapixels, but it's got the plastic body. It runs on AA batteries, so there's no charger, there's no lithium ion battery. So if this is no good, I've wasted my money. But it's in really good condition looking. So I took my chance, and I paid £3 for that. And I paid £2 for that off the same store, because it's got less megapixels. I personally would much rather have a metal body one with a better lens with less megapixels every time. Plus a battery that lasts longer. And this is the same as, well, it's not the same, it's a different model, it's a different brand. This is another Fujifilm. This one's, I think, 14 megapixels. Was that one 16? Yeah. So this one's 14 megapixels. Yeah, says so in there, where I was holding it. 14 megapixels, runs on AA batteries. I've tested it though, obviously. I've got no shortage of AA batteries. And that one's working fine as well. So I'll be looking for 20 quid on that one. So that's 3 cameras for £7. No, I think that might have been 3. £8. That will fetch me 65 to 68 quid. So I was pretty pleased with those. That was off a different stall, but those 2 Nikons were on the same stall. I saw this. Actually, it was on the same stall as the camera. This is, so that was 3 and that was 2. £5 for the 2. I've already sold this. £19.95 I sold it for. And if you don't know about these, you should, because you'll probably see them all the time. It's like a red lamp, infrared in fact, and it's made in the Great Britain with a little flag on it. Really good condition, that one. The only ones I've ever not picked up are the ones that are really grotty and grindy and all the plastic's scratched. But every time I see one of these, I will pick it up so long as the price is right. Obviously, if somebody was to say to me it's 12 quid, then I wouldn't buy it. But if it was 6, I probably would have done. Knowing that there's a real demand for them. I mean, it's been on a day, and it's sold already, and it's going out this morning. This is why I'm doing the video quickly. I say quick. Right. Video camera. I went to the guy's stall. I said, "Oh, what's this?" And he's like, "Video camera. Isn't it nice when you open a bag for the first time? It could be anything in this, anything at all." So I opened up. It's just a cheap, generic bag, which is fine, but there's some value in it because obviously it's protective to anything that you're buying, and it's got a nice JVC. It's pretty old tech. This it's a VHS-C, but turned on, the battery power is really low. But it does open. There's a cassette in there, and I've watched it through the eyepiece. There we go, little eyepiece, black and white. I'm assuming it films in colour. I don't think any of them filmed in black and white. And despite the fact that it's in really good condition, I can't find a scratch on it anywhere, and it's still got its branding, you know, plastic covering the branding, and all the stickers from when you bought it new in the shop. It's got all the adapters, a strap, all still in cellophane, instruction manuals, and like, how much is it going to be? So it said 25. These are fetching about 45 in good condition, but this is in really good condition. So I was thinking maybe I'd get 50 for it, with the bag and the charger and the battery. Well, the battery, I'm glad I knocked him down a bit. I went to 15 and we agreed on 20. The battery isn't holding much charge at all. I charged it up all day, and it's probably got 3-4 minutes worth of filming charge. So it needs replacing. I might be able to do that. I'm not sure. But yeah, £20. I'm sure I'll make good money on that. Yeah, so I had a couple of other things. Another projector. I didn't want this. It's got no slide. It's another one of these manual with no electrics in it. The only electrics are the light bulb and the fan, because they have to have a heater on these. A fan to keep them cold, otherwise it bulb blows. No switch on the back. It's a sort of plug. I mean, there is a switch, but there's no plug to go in the back. But I wasn't looking at this. I was looking at this box, and it was on top of it. Unfortunately, it was part of the deal. I had to take that in order to buy this. All those slides. You know, I bought this last week, and I showed you it, but it's empty of slides. And I was saying how with slides in, they're worth a lot more because of the found media sort of following craze type of thing. So what I'm going to do is put some of these slides in this, some of these in this, and sell this for 15. We've got Views of Venice. Some of them are like 2x2 slides, not the 35mm. And some of them are professionally produced, but there's all sorts of amateur ones as well. We've got The Friary. We've got something about Christmas. We've got another Christmas. We've got The Friary. We've got Wade and Parr's Wedding. And we've just got some randoms that are unmarked and unnamed. So, I paid £3 for those, and he insisted I took the projector away. £3 off me. So, got slides for £3. Some of them will go in this, and it'll increase the value by about a tenner. so that's not so bad. And then my last purchase of the day was an Xbox 360 with a power supply, or at least half of one. It doesn't have the actual mains plug, but they're only a kettle lead. I've tested this and it works fine. It's actually got loads of games on the hard drive, which I probably will play a few of until I'm bored, and then wipe the whole lot it off before fully testing it and selling it. But they don't go for a lot. They're 25 quid. It only costs a £5, so that's not so bad. And that is everything I spent. But I actually wrote down £58. So I will flash up costs and profit margins again, like I did last Sunday. And then I've actually got to get around to listing probably what I haven't listed from last Sunday, and most of this. So I'm going to use my productivity clicker to save me time wandering about and say goodbye.